Welcome. I'm Halcyon, and this is the Hug Nation broadcast. Today's Belief Buffet dish is looking back at 2020. I'm not going to look back at 2020. I'm going to talk about looking back at 2020. Because I think that every year, at the end of the year, December, as we lead into the new year, it is the perfect time to kind of do inventory on what happened. I generally, my go-to thing is I make a list of all the things that I've done, events that I've gone to, projects that I've completed, places I've gone. And what I love about that is that I just go through the things that I can remember. And then I go through my calendar, go through my Google Calendar, and I just find tons of things that I forgot about. And almost, I'll say every year, I look back at the list and I go, whoa, that is a lot more than I thought. I almost always end the year going, man, I didn't do that much this year. And then I always go, oh, I did a lot of things. A lot of things happened, a lot of good stuff. I don't know if that's because of my memory or if it's because the way I remember or if everyone is like that. But this year is potentially a little different. And I wanted to talk about this because I've been in a number of conversations where people are expressing the anxiety that they're feeling about not being as productive as they wish they had been during this last year. And first of all, I saw a tweet by someone that said, people are saying things like, school kids are getting behind. And they said, no, school kids are surviving a pandemic, which I think is a good reminder that we got to recalibrate our expectations. And yes, on paper, this could have been a time potentially that you learn a language or master the piano or lose those 20 pounds or I don't know, whatever project that you thought, if I just had more time, I could do that. But it's not so simple. It wasn't just like we were given an extra day. We now have an 8-day week and you now have an extra 3-day weekend every week that you can use more time. No, there's just so much going on. I would say here, let me give you, it's hard to figure out how do you judge if you've been using your time well. A friend of mine was saying, I'm fearful that when we're done with this and we can come out of our homes, I'll see that all these people that I know have been super productive and doing all this stuff. And I'll be like, oh crap, I should have been doing more. Look, first of all, comparison is never a good idea. If you feel like you need to do more things in this moment, then do something else. But if you feel like, what if I'm afraid of feeling like I'm not doing enough, or I just have a general anxiety of comparing myself, oh man, that's a trap that you will never do enough. So here, I'm going to give you some criteria so that you can tell if you have used your time well. And this is not exclusive. You don't have to have done these things. You still could be okay. But if you've done these things, you are going to get a certificate from me saying, I used my time well during the pandemic of 2020. Did I die of COVID-related illness? No? Boom, you're halfway there. 2, did my recklessness cause my parents or anyone I know to die of a COVID-related illness? No? Yes, well done. You are in the winner's box. You can crack the champagne or cider of your choice. Victory. Everything else is bonus. So Yeah, I too. I'm frequently feeling like, man, I should do more. The process of that judgment is actually a good tool for me to look at how much I value productivity and how much productivity is tied to my feelings of self-worth. And if I push that further, then how much my self-worth and my happiness is tied to the external world and my relation to others. And to be truly free and happy, I need to find happiness and contentment and peace within. So if I am watching, if I am now qualified to be a Netflix critic, because I've watched so much streaming this last year, if I'm okay with that inside, then all right. If I'm going to compare that to my friend who started 2 companies and I feel like I haven't done enough, well, there's always going to be somebody that did more. So it got to come back to where you're at and how you're feeling. And is this okay? And if it's not, then with compassion, move in the direction of a way that you would feel better. And I have had all sorts of opportunities over the last year to go in a direction and realize, oh, I'm not in a trajectory that I think feels good. Or it does feel good, but if I plot that trajectory, I don't think I'm going to feel good in 3 weeks, 5 weeks, a year. So maybe I need to rein it in or adjust. And so as you look back at this year, first of all, congratulations that you are alive to hear my voice right now. And 2, if you use this entire year, and as you go through the things that you've done this year, which I highly recommend writing it as a list or as like a Christmas letter. You don't even have to send it. Just say, hey, what a crazy year it's been. Give yourself the opportunity to describe and narrate your year with you as a protagonist. And if you tell that story, be kind. And if you want to change the story, guess what? You can start that chapter today. And if you're feeling a little unmotivated, start it January 1 for the next series of incredible months, which will be totally different from 2020, I'm sure. Free from all the things that are causing us stress right now, right? It's got to be, right? Well, so I just wanted to give you permission to feel okay, to look back over the year and find the things that you did. And I would include in that list things that you thought about and worked through and things that you struggled with. There's a lot of achievement that we can give ourselves credit for in the processing of ideas or the figuring out of values or the shedding of beliefs. It doesn't have to be, a promotion at work or a bench press of 300 pounds. I did neither of those things. But I did work out some things and thought through some things and watched a whole bunch of Netflix and HBO and Amazon Prime and Disney Plus and YouTube and podcasts and Audible books. Hey, victory! Thank you. I love you.